Welcome to another edition of the App Trainer's Microsoft Office Excel 2010 training videos. This is the basic level, and this is a look at all the units in the basic course. Today we're focusing on Unit 2, entering and editing data. And this is actually the last topic in Unit 2, Topic D, saving and updating workbooks. Really important if you want to save all that stuff you've done in Excel. Now, no prior experience is necessarily needed to follow along with these videos, but you are going to find an advantage to have watching some of the previous units and the previous topics, because we are kind of building on those skills that we learned in those previous videos. So without further ado, enjoy! Okay, thanks for joining me again. This is our last video in Unit 2, and this one's going to focus on the saving options you have with Excel 2010. Okay, so to save your spreadsheet, let's say you're done working on it, you have most of the work completed, and you're ready to save it either on your thumb drive or on your computer or on a CD or on a network device, right? It doesn't matter where, but you're always going to be given two options, right? And one way you can save is, of course, just clicking on the little disk icon up here on that quick access toolbar that we went over in Unit 1, right? That's your shortcut. But if you go to your File tab, right, if you click on that, you'll be given two options at the top of that menu, right? Save versus Save As. And just real quickly, to make sure we're all on the same page, the Save As will differ in three main ways from Save. Now, if you do a Save As, you're allowed to give your file a name, a location, and what's called a file type, right? And what I mean by file type is basically you can save your file as a spreadsheet, right, which is just your default Excel worksheet. You can save it as a PDF. Some people use these to enhance the security on their work, because PDFs are what we call read-only, right? They allow people to see the file, but they don't allow other users to modify it after it's been saved, right? So it's great for if you're looking to show somebody information that you don't want changed or you don't want edited, right? PDF is always a great choice. And what's nice about the 2010 Excel version is it's now standard in this program, so you don't have to install any additional add-ons to the package here. So let's go into Save As, okay? And the first time you save, right, you're always going to be brought to Save As. Okay, so I'm going to go down here and choose a location I want to save it, and that's done by either selecting the folder on your left or at the top here on your address bar. And I'll type in the name, right? The name of this current spreadsheet is called Sales, but I'm just going to change it to let's say My Sales. Okay, so this kind of reflects the new version that we've created. And to select the certain type of file you want to save this spreadsheet as, you can click down here where it says Save as Type. It's going to give you a list of all of your choices here, right? You can save it as your default workbook, which is the Excel 2010 version. You also have the option to save it as a 97-2003 version. And what's nice about this is for users that are on the older software version of Microsoft Office, saving it as this type will ensure maximum compatibility with the previous versions, right? So it'll ensure that others with the older software will be able to still see it with minimal changes. Okay, we'll get into that a little bit more in a second here. You have the option to save it as a web page. So if you're looking to upload your data onto the internet, right, this might be a good choice. You can save your work as a template. So if you're looking to reuse the same general format for your spreadsheets, right, you can reuse what's already been created and not have to waste time constantly recreating the same general type of spreadsheet. Okay. And as we look a little bit further down, you can save it as a text file, a plain text file, right? These contain no extra formatting, right? It's just very simple, basic text. You can go down and save it as, there's your PDF option, right? So again, it's great for improving the security in your document, right? So it allows people to see the document, but not change it, okay? So I'm just going to simply go and keep it on an Excel workbook, and I'll hit save. And the only difference you're going to see now is the title bar changed to reflect the title that you gave your file. Okay, and now from this point on, I don't have to keep going to save as. All I need to do is simply click on that save icon in my quick access toolbar. Or if you would like to be a little bit more efficient, you can use the keyboard shortcut, which is Control plus the S button on your keyboard. So Control S, that will save your work. Not a bad idea to do it every couple of minutes, just to make sure you have the latest version, right? I know some people don't trust their machines, or they don't trust themselves, and perhaps they are in a rush and you accidentally close your file, or your computer crashes, right? Want to make sure you have that latest copy. And because of how often this tended to happen in the past, Microsoft included one extra kind of safety net feature to ensure that the risk of losing your data is reduced, and that's with this option called autosave. Okay, in autosave, you're going to find it's in your File tab. If you go all the way down to your Options button, you can go down to the fourth item in this menu here, and that's the Save menu. Basically, you're given the option to adjust any of the features that are related to the saving. And this first checkbox here has the option to change the interval in which Excel automatically saves your changes to your document here. And in this case, it's down to 5 minutes, right? The default's at 10 minutes, so you can change this from 1 to 120. And maybe it's a nice idea to knock this down a little bit in case you don't trust your machine or yourself, or you have other people working on your system, and there's a high risk of somebody closing the program down, or you accidentally closing without saving. Okay, so you can put this down a little bit. I don't recommend going too low, only because let's say you make some changes and you have second thoughts on those changes, and maybe you forget to save, or you close your program, and the computer or Excel saves it automatically for you within those maybe 1 or 2 minutes that you have it set to. Those mistakes are going to be saved as well in the file that you just closed. So be careful. I usually recommend maybe 5 minutes or higher with that. Okay, so there's some other settings here as well that you can change in regards to save, but I'm going to leave it at that at 5 minutes. So I'll hit OK here. And now every 5 minutes it's going to save an updated version of my work. Okay. One other feature I wanted to show you in regards to the saving options is on the File tab here, you have an option down here near the bottom of the list called Save and Send, and this also includes a couple more options in terms of what type of file you want to save your spreadsheet as, right? And there's some shortcuts here too as well. So if you want to save this file and you want to send it quickly as an object attached to an email, you have that ability to right here where it says send using email, or send as attachment. And there's some quick shortcuts as well for saving as one of those read-only file types, like a PDF or an XPS, which is essentially the same thing as a PDF, right? It's just the Microsoft version of PDF, since PDF is Adobe. Okay. Now let's talk real quickly about saving between different versions of Excel, right? I know a lot of companies haven't upgraded to the 07 or the 2010 versions yet, or maybe the people you send your Excel spreadsheets to, or you give your work to, they just haven't had the need to upgrade. So you want to ensure that those people with the earlier versions are able to see all of your work in its entirety. So what Microsoft has built into the newer versions as of 2007, they built in what's called a compatibility checker. Okay, and if I go down here to my info option on this menu, there's a nice shortcut here. The second big button that says check for issues, right? I can click on that, and there's an option in this list that says check compatibility, right? If I click on this button, it's going to search through my entire spreadsheet and look for any potential causes for concern when you're going back and forth between different versions of Excel. And in this case, it searched through the document and nothing came up, so it gave me in the summary window here the message that no compatibility issues were found. I can just hit OK. That means that everyone will be able to view my spreadsheet the same way I'm seeing it here, even if they're using the previous versions of Excel. Okay, so if something, if there was an issue, it would have come up in that little message box, and it would give me the option to either fix it automatically or change it on my own. Right, so not a bad idea just to run that to make sure that others will see your work as you intended it to be seen. Aside from that, there's one other way to run that checker, and I think generally when you save it as a 2003 version, remember when you go to your save as here, and from the file type you choose 9703 workbook, it'll run that compatibility checker automatically for you. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and cancel though. Okay, so that should give you a good idea of all your save options that you have. Remember the different types, remember what they're good for, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.